What is going on, mates? Marcel here. Now, I'm going to cut right to the chase. It is a scary time to be an Aussie citizen or to just be living in Australia in general. 3 hours ago, the Australian Federal Police's official Facebook page shared this post, and I will also include a photo of it here. AFP Commissioner Chrissy Barrett will urge police chiefs across the world to stop illicit tobacco trafficking to Australia and will request more information sharing on Nazi supporters and other groups undermining social cohesion. Now, I've got a photo here. AFP Commissioner to seek global police action on both illicit tobacco and Nazi supporters. Now, the worrying thing is that Australians versus the agenda yesterday shared, the Australian Federal Police has warned all current and emerging individuals and groups that are eroding Australia's social fabric and are now on notice for what they say or do online or in person, adding that the AFP supports freedom of speech, but only if you follow the law. This is an incredibly slippery slope. Let me tell you again, that is an incredibly slippery slope to be on. The mere fact that our speech is being monitored actively by the AFP should be of the utmost concern to anybody that is currently living in Australia. You don't even have to be a Nazi, so to speak. Being critical of Israel puts you on a watch list with the AFP. Being even tangentially anti-Semitic will put you on a watch list. You have to be very bloody careful what you say and do online nowadays, folks, because the AFP will put you on a watch list. They are a compromised agency, and I think that this is the beginning of the end for Australia as we knew it. And to be quite frank with you, I think Australia has been done and dusted for at least 10 years, but this is probably the nail in the coffin. Yep, our government is bought and owned. Here's the thing. I have been deeply critical of the liberal left and their ideology that they have put forth. You know, if they want to express to people that children should be on puberty blockers, if that's their choice, well then fair enough. I thoroughly dislike what they're saying, but I will defend to the death their right to say it, even though it's something I completely disagree with. It isn't that we want to defend Nazis. Nobody wants to defend Nazis. It's idiocy. But that's not the point. The point is we should be able to have civil discussions, civil, frank discussions in civilized society where people can freely express their beliefs. And if they happen to believe that white people are superior, if they happen to believe that, you know, Australia as a country would be better off with fewer, you know, brown people or whatever, then let them say that. If they're not hurting anybody, then let them say it, even if you fucking disagree with it. The problem here in Australia is simply that everyone is so censorship happy. We're banning social media for people under the age of 16. And that is just the most insidious way of trying to prevent children and teenagers being exposed to any sort of political discourse that's against the narrative. That's all it is. It isn't about protection. It isn't fucking about trying to stop children from being exposed to predators on Roblox or fucking Fortnite. That's the most idiotic fucking argument in history. It is simply about controlling the narrative. The Labor government are bought, and they're trying desperately to cling to power. If you do not see that, I don't know what to tell you. I can't help you. It's always concerned me greatly that Australia just simply doesn't have the same rights to speak freely like Americans do. Deeply, deeply concerning. Not only that, we don't have the right to the same freedom of press that they do. Mates, this is just further proof that you need to be very careful what you say and do online, especially if you're in Australia. Doesn't matter how safe you think you are, you cannot be safe enough. The Australian Federal Police have put a line in the sand, and you're either with them or you're against them. And I think if you are somebody that values the right to speak freely, regardless of whatever terrible beliefs you might have, I believe that you should be free in your expression of those beliefs, insofar as you are not actively physically harming someone. So just be careful, guys. We live in a very tumultuous time. There's a lot of unrest, and with the government being as tyrannical as they are, you know, our freedoms have been compromised, and sad. So be careful out there, mates. Dark days ahead, but that doesn't mean there isn't light at the end of the tunnel.